Well, good afternoon, fellow traders. It's Black Coffee Trader. It is Monday, December the 9th, and we fired off the first of this week with a very bad red day. Thankfully, I can kind of laugh about it today or now. Actually, I wasn't really that upset. For some reason, I just kind of had a little bit of tilt going on. Not that I was in a show the market what to do kind of mode, but it was more just, as you can see, a lot of trades, and over trading is a form of tilt. And I made some stupid decisions with my Apex accounts, and it resulted in a pretty red day, and that's all there is to it. On the U-Profit side of things, I also did not have a very good day. Well, let me just bring this over here. So this is the newest account that I have not taken a payout yet with. Today was day 6. This has updated now. Up 320, I think today. Yep, up 320. So just slowly building this thing, 1,700 in profit. We need to build it up a little bit more before I want to take a withdrawal. But the other account, I did lose it. That's the one that I had a rough day on Friday and then followed that up today. I'll show you right here. So essentially what happened, and that account's already gone. I can't show you the actual account, but it happened right here in the morning session, right here. I don't know if I can make this larger. What the mistake, it was kind of a mistake, but this move back up was synonymous with a hold and move back down on ES, and I thought this was going to fall apart. And so I was trading with micros on that specific account, and I actually added. So I was in with 5 micros short. I added again and got stopped out. And then this move continued, and then I went short. I think somewhere in here on this candle, I went short, and I did not mean to. I didn't realize that when you add to a trade on this their version of TradingView, when the next time you enter a trade, it puts that same lot size in. So I was actually in with 10 micros short, and I didn't have very much bandwidth left on my account for it to blow. And I thought, I saw it after I'd entered it. I was like, oh crap, I made a mistake. And I thought, well, I like the short. I entered the short, and wouldn't you know it, we went up here. I hung out in here a little bit, and I thought, well, this is going to survive. And this wick up here took me out of that trade, and by a little bit more than it didn't quite wick me out, but it's very, very close. And then it proceeded to continue to tank. So kind of unfortunate, but really this was the mistake trade on that account, and that's what did it. And then I switched to this account, the one that I just showed you. And then I proceeded to take a short, basically some shorts down here. This was pretty much some break-even trades, and finally got the little move down. So that was the day on this specific account. So again, could have been worse, could have been better. I'm a little bit sad about losing that account, but hey, this one's okay. And again, U-Profit, the way that firm is going, I'm just going to be, doing as well as I can with those accounts, and trying to push those to a payout. And if I lose some, we lose some. It's no big deal. So anyway, so that's the story on U-Profit. But as you can see on Apex, I really made some mistakes. I'm not that disappointed right here. My first trade was, I was trading micros all day, but the first trade I took the bounce off of this 550 level and got out here a little bit too quickly. I wasn't patient enough. That should have been a few $100 trade, and it probably would have changed the way the rest of the day went. But as it was, I only got out of that trade with a few dollars in profit. And then I tried to replay that bounce. You can see I went long here for a win. I went long here for a loss, long again for a loss. I did catch a little short here. This was a bit of a chase trade, but it did work out. And then once again, as we reclaimed here, I went long again, and it fell apart as well. And that was just too much, too many long trades trying to get that level to hold. And that's a mistake on my part. And then this move down worked out pretty well for me. And I had a very, very, very good trade, but I got too greedy. And I think, when you have red on your charts, at least for me, I have this unbridled desire to get back to green and get back to zero for some stupid reason. Well, I entered short right here with 5 micros, went out with $20, the second one at 40, so now we're 60 in profit, the third one 60, 120 in profit, the fourth contract 100, and I lost track of where was that, 20, 60, 120, so 220 in profit on the first 4 contracts. And I had this one way down for a big move, and I really should have gotten out right here, right as we bounced on this level. I could have gotten out at nearly break even, but I decided to hold and thought, well, this is just going to come up. It might bounce off this level and it'll go back down. Well, it did not, and I got stopped out there for a $10 profit. So what could have been, probably about $350 trade ended up being about a $230 trade. Still a very good trade. Very good. So, but again, that was a bit of a mismanage. And then here's where I really messed up. And I mean, it's so clear now. And I realized it as it was kind of happening, and just one of the days where my head wasn't screwed on right. But I went long here, caught a little winner, and then I went long again. And this was, I took too many trades. You can see I'm out of this trade, got in again, out of this trade, got in again, out of this trade, got in again. That's just not smart. It's just not the way you do things. But anyway, and I'm showing this for my own good, and hopefully you learned something from it. But went long again, got stopped out. And as I had an opportunity to get out here, like 3 or 4 times with 40, 50 bucks in profit, and I didn't because I wanted this move to go. And I thought to myself, man, this is probably going to be retesting this level. Maybe I should just get out. And stubbornly I held. And then we had this little wick back up, and I entered again. And I was forcing trades. This is not following my hitchhiker rule. And that's shame on me for doing that. But wouldn't you know it, this got stopped out, and we did bounce. And this is a little bit, I actually exited that trade on this red candle. And then we had this bounce candle right here, and I should have just entered right away, and I didn't. I entered at the top, got out there with a little bit of profit, and then, twice more. And I finally was like, you know what, this is enough. I've lost 500 bucks on these accounts, and that's way too much. Very bad trading for the day. And what really should have happened is this, I'm okay with this one here, but I'm not okay with the next 2. And the entry really should have been right here and hold for some profit. And then, we really bounced off of that really for the rest of the day until later in the afternoon. We really held that 490 area quite well. And then we had this big move up, and then we also, kind of fell apart. And it was just this, after the morning move, it was really yucky. And I just didn't trade very well. I made some very rookie and tilted bad mistakes, and I paid for it. So, whatever, it is what it is. I don't know how to say it. I'm frustrated, but not really, because I know what I did. I was dumb, and you'll have that. So I have to eat it and live with it and move on with another day. So that's what we're going to do. But anyway, that was that. On the eval front, I took some trades up 1,000 on this eval, a couple hundred on this take profit, lost about 1,000 on that take profit. That was my eval trading. Didn't really trade that much. So anyway, it was just one of those days. It was not a good day, and we live with it. The probably most frustrating thing is I've been looking for this pullback, and I just didn't play it very well. I did not play it very well at all. And I also drew this yellow box in here. I think this is a gap that may still need to get filled. Typically, when you look at the market, you get these. Let's just move this to a 60-minute. I could be way off base here, but this is where my headspace is at. So typically, when you see a big move on a market like here, especially when you get to new highs, you'll see this like here. Let me go to a 4-hour. Maybe that makes more sense. So here we just went over the new highs. We fell back apart. We pushed back up. This doesn't really show it that well. I guess we'll just go into the 30-minute. We pushed back up off of that move. But we have not, after we broke the previous highs. Oops, I didn't mean to move that. After we broke these previous highs, we shot up to the all-time highs, and then last week we were, every day we were breaking that, but we pulled back in this area, shot back up to last week, and now we've pulled back, but we have not reclaimed this. This was the previous high area, and so there is a gap that I believe probably needs to get filled at some point. Could happen this week. It may not happen this week. Maybe it won't get filled. I think eventually it will, though. And I think, I feel quite strongly that this is a very, very key area. We've held up, several days of lows there, and we've held that today. Can that hold, and does that continue to push, or are we going to actually fill that gap that was left from, the previous highs there? So that's something I'll be watching and paying attention to tomorrow. If that may be in play, and if so, we'll look for this to maybe pull down to this 300 area, and then we continue to push back up, or maybe it continues to fall apart, who knows. But just an area of observation that I had, and something I'm going to be paying attention to. ES, very similar. We don't have quite a gap type fill, but we did again push up quite a bit over the last couple of weeks, and then today we definitely pulled back quite significantly, a lot more. It seems to be a deeper pullback on ES than what we had on NQ. So very much curious to see how this continues to play out. Do we see a deeper pullback? And if that gap fills on NQ, that could mean that ES pulls down into this 50 range, or possibly even into the 40s and 30s before we reload. So I'll be looking for that, and just trying to put together a good day tomorrow. Red days are going to happen, and I understand that. So let's take a look at. I thought I had the dashboard. Oh, yep. So here's today. Not a good day. 37.64.76, 38% win rate, which is pretty low, pretty bad for me, and not a good start to the month. And just 3 and 3 on red and green days for the first 6 trading days of the month, which is not very good. So need to be very, very careful for the rest of this week, and really take some good setups, be very patient. I am not doing a good job of that right now, and I need to really work on that. So that'll be my focus, and we'll try to continue to push things along and do better. So anyway, that's a wrap. That's pretty much it. And once again, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you following along. And thanks for using my code BCT. The only thing that's really, really good right now is that take profit discount, 40% off, and your fees refunded on their first payout. Apex says doesn't have anything major going on, just at 50% off. So again, just thanks for using the code. Those of you that do, appreciate that. If you're new, feel free to like and subscribe. I try to take you along on the trading journey and bring you a recap each and every day. So once again, hope you had a great day. Have a great night and a good day tomorrow. And I'll do my best to have another update for you tomorrow afternoon. Take care, and so long.